And I have the book still with me. The one that I got was this one. It's called the Delayed Entry Program Success Accelerator. Know what you can from there. If you give me a second, know your Sailor's Creed. Very important. You're going to memorize that anyways. So, the more you know now, it will be a lot better. Because once you get there, you're going to have very limited time to actually sit down and study. Yeah, that's not going to happen very often. Especially if you're RDCs, which are your recruit division commanders. If they're as strict as mine were, yeah, you're not going to have time to, you're going to have to go by their schedule. So know your Sailor's Creed and know the Anchors Aweigh. That's the Anchors Aweigh song. It's very important to know that. Your Navy core values: honor, commitment, courage, and commitment. Definitely gonna have to know about that. Your naval history. Yeah, I know, boring. Especially if you're like me, I don't like history. I don't. So that was a little bit tougher on me, but it was actually interesting to find out little things about it. You're gonna have to know about the history of the Navy. Who was the father of the Navy, the birth of the Navy, and the birthplace, things that happened during the Revolutionary War, the War of 1812, Civil War of 1861 through 65, World War I and II. How was your involvement during the Navy's involvement during those wars? Cold War with the Soviet Union, the Korean conflict, Vietnam War, Persian Gulf. I mean, this is very limited, and it's not gonna go. It's not gonna go super into that, but you're gonna have to know some things. So if you read a little bit about that now, then it's gonna be a lot easier when you get there. I wish I would have done that, and I didn't. So it was a little bit tougher for me. But I did pretty well because I studied when I was there. Your ranks and insignia, you're gonna have to know that. That's a definite. You're gonna have to know what an E6 is, what an E5, who is, and vice versa, who is your senior chief petty officer. You're gonna have to know even the names, especially if you're going to Great Lakes, which that's probably the only one for the Navy. I think they closed the other two down. So if you're going to Great Lakes, Illinois, yeah, you're gonna have to know all that. You're gonna have to know who the chief of your ship, particular ship, because you're gonna go into ships. It's not really, it's actual a building structure, but they call them ships. So you're going to have to know the one for your ship that you're gonna be at. And also you're gonna have to know, again, the ranks and insignia. You're gonna have to know that. So you know those little stripes that you see? I'll give you an example here. You're gonna have to know that. What the stars mean. For instance, these. You're gonna have to know that. So if you get that ahead of time, it is gonna be so much easier. If they ask you, what does a captain wear? Yeah, know it. Know how many stars, how many stripes. Know that. You can go to Google. I think you could put, I went to Google, but I never actually studied it, so that actually made it worse. Go to Google and find the ranks and insignia for the Navy, or if you're going to the Army, see, here's some more. You're gonna have to know that. I cannot stress that enough. Again, do you want to be waking up in the middle of the night, which you probably still have to, but do you want to be waking up in the middle of the night to iron clothes, which you're going to do that? Well, at least in my division, I did that. So it was a lot of broken sleep. But besides ironing, oh, I have to wake up to study my stuff when you have very limited time to sleep as it is. No, you don't. So again, please study that. You're also going to know, you're going to need to know some other alignments, like a right face and, you know, how to salute and all that, but they will teach you that. That you can learn so much easier, unless you're not as coordinated, because there are some people that, shipmates of mine, that were not coordinated, and that was very hard for them. So if you're not good at that kind of direction, then you probably want to study that too, which is in this book as well. The phonetic alphabet, yeah, you definitely want to learn that, because that is going to be there throughout your whole military, Navy, career, Army, whatever. You're going to have to do that. Oh, and going back to ranks and insignias, at least in the Navy, we learned for the other branches too. So that way, the reason why is, let's say you're on an Army base, even if you're Navy, you're on an Army, they station you at an Army base, and you see the other officers coming from the Army officers, you're going to need to salute them, and you're going to need to know in which rank they are, because if you call them by the wrong rank, yeah, let's just say they're not going to be very happy, and it's going to get back to your superiors. So you're going to need to know that. It's very important. You're going to need to know the ranks from the other branches as well. So if you start on all this, you're going to be a lot more prepared than I was. And I was pretty prepared. Let's see. I'll give you more information also on different things that you need to do, and also physical workout. Yeah, that was one of my weakest, definitely a weakness of mine. I'm not good at exercise. So that was very hard. I know a lot of you are actually good at it. I'm not.